Oh, feels so good to be back. It really does. I don't even know whether I was that gone or I was gone, but it has been months since I recorded a podcast, and I missed you guys. I really did. Like, for all the people that actually tune in, those that have subscribed, shout out, shout out to Pretoria, shout out to Tembisa, shout out to Cape Town. Shout out to Gaborone, so many cities that I could actually shout out right now. Shout out to Durban, shout out to everyone that is listening to this podcast. I'm so happy. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. I'm here in your midst once again. There's a lot that has been going on. There's a lot that is going on. There's a lot that we have to discuss. There's a lot that we have to catch up on because it's been a long while. I just want to welcome everyone that is new to the podcast, the Blossoming and Bloom podcast. I really, 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 really would appreciate if you gave this podcast a 5-star rating. That's if you're listening on Apple. If you're listening on Spotify, please make sure that you follow the podcast. And hopefully I will end up uploading it on YouTube. Hopefully. I think so. I might just do. But I'll make sure that it's an audio. I don't know how YouTube works with audios. Probably they would prefer you if you do a podcast that is a visual one. But I'm not really in a space right now to actually make visuals. But probably the next one will be a visual one, especially because now Spotify, I don't know if anyone has actually discovered this feature. Spotify actually allows people to watch videos right now, so I guess they're trying to go into the space of YouTube and making sure that content is now available on Spotify, of which is an amazing thing. I was thinking once it would be lit to actually like post vlogs and videos on Spotify, because it's still new and there's a lot of hype around it, and a lot of people are probably gonna tune in, right? They're gonna want some content to watch on Spotify, so you might really just blow up, just like the people that actually took their chance when it came to TikTok and they jumped into the wave and it worked out. Also that Threads thing, which didn't drive that much, but WhatsApp or Facebook Meta introduced this whole thing that looked like a Twitter thing called Threads, and basically they were just doing what Twitter is doing, having a thread, responding to a thread, which is not really quite innovative. It's the same product by a different company. So it's like, what are we actually doing? What are we even trying to accomplish? Why are we repeating the same thing over and over again and reproducing it and putting it out there? What's the different feel? What's gonna make you unique? Which is something that you always have to ask yourself when you're putting something out there into the world and you're saying to people get onto this, what is going to be new about you? People already really don't use Instagram like that unless they are baddies, they're actually famous people that have followers. Instagram is boring for me, but I do enjoy me some. I don't know, what do I enjoy about Instagram? I guess I do enjoy Metal Bongs when he actually goes out there and previews his music. But other than that, I don't even watch the lives anymore. I don't like pictures anymore. I don't post pictures anymore because I'm not really about that flashy life. So Instagram is already about that flashy life. It's already put a cap on what kind of people can be there and cannot be there. So for me, it's just miss me with it. So I don't know why they actually thought that Threads was gonna be a good idea to bring it. Just like I don't know why they think it's a good idea that you must add a new feature on WhatsApp called channels. We already have it on Telegram. It's already a nuisance. We don't want it on Telegram. It's there. It's an invasion of our personal space, and you bring it again and you put it onto WhatsApp, an app that we really love for the personal space that it provides. So now you're just telling us that might as well just like stay on Facebook, because now you're turning WhatsApp into Facebook. You're telling people to actually be searching for groups on WhatsApp. I used to think that you have to have phone numbers for you to get in touch with people and for you to learn a lot from people. But now if you are putting a feature whereby literally anyone can access and have your phone number, it's like, what are we even doing? What are we even doing WhatsApp? The more we try to innovate, the more we lose it. And I feel like WhatsApp right now is just losing that thing, like that one thing that really mattered, which was the fact that you had personal space that really mattered. No one could actually enter into your session. I mean, it's only a matter of time before it reaches a point whereby now you have people finding you by location, which is like nearby users of WhatsApp, and gone, your number, phone gone. Everyone, that person that was stalking you can literally now just pull up WhatsApp and add you on WhatsApp. And so that is really, really a minus. It's really not doing any justice to the privacy and personal space that we've always wanted and loved about WhatsApp. Sure, other people, were comfortable sharing their numbers on Facebook and everywhere, but we really enjoyed WhatsApp because it was more of like a personal space. But it does give us a chance as developers to actually bring a product that will give you that. I guess it's time for Signal. Maybe Signal will drive right now. I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see what's going on. But yes, on the latest news, we have Dr. Nandipha's case. Hey man, she's going to jail, and it's sad. And it's also like, what did we expect? Like, we have someone that was, that is dead. Boreng is dead, right? We can't, look past that, But at the same time, when you see the videos of her in court, you actually like feel like, she's had. And for me, I don't know how you call those people, but I'm those people that, they pick up, that sadness. I always pick up the emotions. Like, I can actually feel your emotions through me. So for me, it's hurtful to be watching, someone who is going through a lot, because then I get to go through that a lot as well. I get to carry all the emotions that you're carrying as well. But yes, she was denied bail on the grounds that she is a flight risk, because if they allow her to go out, literally, she can vanish through the thin air, because it's been said that, ever since she went outside, illegally, there has not been any trace of her stamping her passport at the border gate. So now they are wondering, how much connections does she have, and can they grab a hold of her when they let her out on bail? So that is the crazy part. But they did say that they're gonna listen to it through trial, and and get to judge there further whether they will give her a chance or not. And the evidence right now is a lot, and there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of moving parts. You can't say, it's guaranteed that she will actually like go through with trial and actually make it to the other end. But you never know. It's the justice of SA. But one thing I actually realize is that right now the justice it really wants to prove a point to the point that it's going to be really difficult for people like Nandipha to actually escape the law, because a lot of people are currently right now asking a lot of questions. What happened to AKA? What happened to DJ Somebody? What happened to all the people whose life were taken? And the justice failed to actually like give an answer to that. So now they are looking at the Nandipha case and they're like, man, oh man, oh man, please make sure that you bring us back results, especially because it's also coming into play alongside that of Senzo Meyiwa, that case of Senzo Meyiwa. So it's like people are really paying close attention. So she really done chose the wrong time to actually like go against the law, because it's going to put her in jail. Definitely going to put her in jail. It's crazy. But Necessity also committed assault. It is assault. I don't know how people actually explain it or anything like that. Assault is assault. We get to have the explanation later, but it's assault before the explanation, right? So there's this fan in Zambia that jumped into stage too overly excited. I don't know what kind of excitement makes someone to just go up there and be the center of attraction and perform a song with someone who's not even their friend, and they're not really even guaranteed that they're actually good and actually performing as well. I guess they just wanted to block everyone from seeing Necessity, and just look at him, or anything like that. But really, Necessity was paranoid. He threw some jabs, not even one, a lot of jabs, and he wasn't gonna stop until they separated him. So I'm like, man, oh man, even though he's saying he was acting, in self-defense, really, if you're looking at the case of AK and all the people that have sadly lost their lives, I don't think punching would have helped him in any way. If anything, it would have aggravated the situation. I mean, if he, really was scared and really cared about himself, I guess the first instinct was to run or pull up, a Glock or something. But yeah, it's really crazy. It's sad that, the country is shook and scared at the same time, because a lot really done happen. A lot is actually happening, and so it's sad. As we also have the Senzo Meyiwa case going on and on and on and on. The last time I actually watched that case ongoing, there was a lot of confessions, and there were a lot of stories that point into the fact that this wasn't really an accident or anything like that. But right now, I don't know why we have to actually keep on, going further and further and further and trying to explain anything, because it's obvious. Like, we are trying to prove something that is obvious, that something, somewhere happened, and it's not straightforward. It's not a straight story. There's one thing about something that is not straightforward. It keeps on coming back and back and back and back. The reason why we actually have the case ongoing over and over and over again, especially because there is actually some truth that is still hidden, that is not coming out into the light. Even if right now they win, it will eventually come out, because as they say, and they don't lie, what is hidden in the dark, it always comes out. It eventually comes out. Like, it will come back and back and back and back until they actually, find out what really happened, and anything like that. As Cassper Nyovest goes out there and makes a song about AKA and Kostetich passing, and called the Soul Candlelight, and also there is another track from the album that is new. I think the album's called Solomon, right? And that track 018 with Maglera Doe Boy, I feel like it's a great song for Cassper Nyovest. Is the kind of song that is built for Cassper Nyovest. I feel like Maglera Doe Boy, is kind of like choking in that kind of beat, because he's more of like a flowing kind of person. I would see Maglera Doe Boy with K Kid. That is, his kind of like flow with Lotinova pounds. It makes sense with 25k. It makes sense with mash beats. It makes sense, but that beat per se is too trappy and too hip-hop-y for Maglera Doe Boy. It's not actually to say that it doesn't give him exposure. It does give him exposure, because he's really an amazing person that just needed that one push into being listened by a lot of people. But I feel like it's not doing really much justice to how great Maglera Doe Boy is. It fits perfectly with Cassper Nyovest. As you hear it, he actually murdered it or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't for Maglera Doe Boy. That is my 2 cents on it. I also watched the interview by Cassper Nyovest as I'm trying to roll back and bring everything that I've been wanting to chat about. But I really found that interview to actually been, it's more inspiring. Like, a lot of people have a lot of their differences with Cassper, especially people who are part of the MacG, and I am part of the MacG. I'm a devoted MacG, but I do feel like that interview was deserved, especially for us marginalized black people. When I look at Cassper Nyovest, man, putting music all aside, I always feel like he's an inspiration to us blacks, like, because he has achieved a lot of stuff that is very, very, very difficult to achieve. A lot of stuff that is really difficult to achieve. Imagine, man, coming to, Mafi Gang, Mafi Time, and actually like making it in Josie, like making it like really when you don't have anything, when you just like literally dropped out of school and you come and you make it. That is not a story that we hear every day from a black person, but we hear it a lot from someone who is white and from someone who is a colored and anything like that. It's how the justice system, or it's how the system was built in the first place. But it is not to take away the fact that, we have white people and colors that are actually, good as artists. We have Youngster CPT, really dope person. We have AKA, really amazing in rapping and stuff like that. We have a lot. I've forgotten that other guy, that guy that did a lot of R&B. I will remember him eventually, but there's a lot of colored people. And then we have Holy Dary. Is it Holy, right? The one, that that one, that girl, yeah, the one that actually had a baby mama drama, right? That one. I've forgotten. I think it's Holy Dary or something like that. But yeah, we have a lot of amazing, and those, take me to my love. I've been waiting, long enough. But that's house, right? It's not really hip hop, but we have a lot of actually people that are actually talented. Speaking of talent, I actually have to also give a shout out to Mashudu, man. I also have to give a shout out to Mahu. A lot of MacG, so many upcoming artists, some that are not out in the light, that actually are doing an amazing job, have beautiful voices, are actually talented and anything like that. As we speak about the Conga mixtape, which also came out whilst I was still away, an amazing album, amazing songs, the Nana Tula, even though it was, a remix, of the original one, it still slaps. It's still the best. It featured, for those that don't know, Ghosts and a daughter, a young stunner, and it was amazing. Also, you already know it had Angelique, right? And Angelique is a talent, man. Angelique is a talent. We have to always appreciate that and be happy that we have Angelique out there. And we also have the Bandwizi podcast that just came through. And yeah, the podcast space is actually growing. The Bandwizi podcast is called The Spreading Humors, right? It's a subset of the MacG podcast, of which we also were away when they actually celebrated their 1 million subscribers. So I guess it's an overdue congratulations to MacG and all of those people in the podcast space, because they actually are giving us motivation, and we actually are gonna go a long way, having that that kind of direction that they have put out for us. 1 million is just as a lot. But the Bandwizi podcast actually has Seemah, it has Ziliwizi, and it has our favorite Yanda Woods, my personal favorite. I know a lot of people actually don't like her on the podcast, but I feel like she's laid back, she's sound, she's straightforward, she thinks before she talks. She's not super hyped, there's one thing about the camera, a lot of people, when they get in front of the camera, they're like, Zuluizi, lama zing zing, lama ding ding, lama dung dung, we doing it and shit, that kind of super hyper kind of, energy that people, always bring on videos. But she brings that, I'm unboarded kind of vibes, this is me. This is how you'll see me around. This is how I'm gonna be right now, And so I feel like that's good, We just watched the video or the interview of Joseph Dary, and it was an amazing one, And Joseph Dary is another YouTuber. When I look at him, he gives us a sense of it's doable, it's possible, because he's from a humble background, and one thing about him is that he's not a lighty. He doesn't have, he's not new. He's not like the 2000s. So he's making it possible for those that have reached 25, 26 to believe that they can still have their breakthrough. Even though, when you pass 25, a lot of people will be thinking, oh, very old. Oh, they'll be thinking, it's done, it's child. Let me just not follow my goals now. I've passed the mark or anything like that. But to see Joseph Dary actually, proudly coming out and saying his age and saying that, it's still a lot that I'm going to achieve and do, it's actually inspiring, to a lot of folks. And we know already MacG also did it, we also know Soap and Duga. So there's a lot of people that actually, giving you an idea that it's not really over yet, because a lot of people are just trying to quit right now and give up on everything. But, there's a lot to actually achieve out there. And so, yeah, definitely, I did enjoy that one. And then we have Sonwabile and Seemah actually in a relationship. What? Actually, it's crazy, because I don't know why Seemah would choose, someone who's on the YouTube space. But I feel like Seemah is kind of lost at the moment. I don't know if this is gonna sit well with a lot of people, but I feel like she's lost. She would date anyone that really is showing her love. And that's how much goes to be actually broken. Really. We can't overlook that, and that's the whole purpose of this podcast, to actually tell you as it is. This is how I feel. This is what I think is the case. I don't think Seemah, would literally date anyone because she loves it. If you looked at the Joseph Dary interview, you'd see that Seemah is just like fascinated by people that really care and like do like are focused in their life, and they're go-getters and anything like that. And I feel like she's in that point, man, when she's lost and everything, but I hope she finds herself. I hope everything goes good. There's an Esma Shule podcast that MacG actually like just recently released. I haven't really like actually gone out to actually like watch it, so you should probably go and watch it and anything like that. But yeah, it's been a whole long time. It's been an amazing time of trying, and we're back here on the podcast, and we're going to really be uploading and be making new episodes over and over again. And there's a lot of stuff that has been happening also involve Thusi, because really right now Thusi actually like is really body revealing, and a lot of people are feeling like she's doing too much. But I don't know, man. I don't know what you think. I think, man, she's a mom, man. Like, out of everything, she's a mom, and I'm gonna speak the sound thing. She must enjoy her life, yeah, but she also is a mom. She must remember that she has a daughter that looks up to her, and whatever she's creating in that baby's little daughter's mind is what she'll reap right now. What's gonna happen right now. I saw a lot of people actually complaining about the fact that they actually have AKA's daughter actually being forced into performing now and being on stage, recalibrating her into an entertainer or anything like that, which a lot of people would say that it's something that is too drastic and too fast to actually like be, or too harsh to actually say it. But at the same time, I feel like, man, it's justified. Why are you not letting the kid be a kid? It's the truth. Let the kid be a kid. But we also don't know whether she was fascinated to actually say, I'm gonna go out there and actually perform. We don't know. We really don't know, and we can't really put anything, anyone behind bars because of it. But I do get the point that they really care about the fact that let the kid be a kid, right? SSC is set, to also feature in NBA 2024 soundtrack alongside Rick Rose, and a lot of other people, that are actually gonna, shout out to Def Jam for actually making that happen for Nasty C, taking him to other heights. Also congratulations to Nasty C. He's a father. I nearly forgot to say that. I actually kind of like forgot that Nasty C actually has has a child right now with Sammy Havens. So definitely congratulations to them. And congratulations on reaching new heights. As A-Reece goes out and subtweets Nasty C again, saying that he only knows of two greatest rappers in Africa, him and nobody else. Which I feel like it's a bad move by A-Reece. You don't really need to be coming out and be saying all of those things and saying no one in particular is. Oh man, it feels like now you're just like, you really do need to put yourself next to. It's like it's giving in. I hate that I have to use that phrase, but it does to some level now start feeling like it's some clouds thing and chasing and everything. But come on, man, we're talking about A-Reece here, someone who's goated. I know that he's going on tour, maybe he wants to put the hype and vibes around it, but he don't need to do that. He's A-Reece, man. He's A-Reece, and I do enjoy his music, and I hope to listen to a lot of his music, and I just want him to not really be putting himself in this mix, because I feel like he's legendary on his own there. Let Necessity do his thing and let yourself do your own thing as well. You don't need to be tweeting each other. Also the African Drone, right? I think it's African Drone. It's the tour. Cassper and Necessity is ongoing right now. The last time I checked, they were in Zambia. I don't know where they are right now. I think Botswana. Is it Botswana? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but they are doing the tour, and shout out to them. Pretty Ugly also went around and dissed 25K, calling him someone who is pretending to be from the streets when they really don't know anything, when they really did have everything in a silver platter and a silver spoon. So I'm like, why are we actually like promoting violence? Why do we have to prove anything? who's better in being gangster? Are we trying to move forward or are we moving backwards? Like, it doesn't make sense, you know. I know a lot of people are actually gonna come out and say, oh, don't lie, he's streetwise, 25k streetwise, and try to prove it as well. Like, why does it matter? Why is it important? Why is it important that we push and promote violence and gangstership and all of this stuff? Why are we doing that? Why should we even be making diss tracks on that? Pretty Ugly, man. I believe Pretty Ugly is a good person. Like, I really do believe that Pretty Ugly is an amazing rapper as well. It's like, it's the A-Reece situation as well. Like, you don't need to be doing all of these things to bring hype around yourself. You really are already amazing in your own craft. The way that you're doing it right now, you don't need to be dragging all of this, you know, bad stuff into your name. It does not make any sense right now, you know. He also went on to getting or being accused of being gay and being zesty because no one has seen him with a wife, a girlfriend, or anything like that. Come on, man. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Is that a reason why you should say someone is, you know, now gay because they don't post their stuff out there? You know, come on. Also, Mnike shines, man. I saw a white person on TikTok saying, I'm listening to Mnike by Tell See You. I'm like, come on, man. It's not Mnike. It's Mnike. It literally say Mnike. Come on. Why do you now have to call it Mnike? But yeah, shout out to Tyler ICU, man. It's a good song. You know, I already knew that, you know, he's gonna do a lot of stuff, you know. For all those that don't know, Tyler ICU has been around, man, for a while. But congratulations to him for the breakthrough. Prince KP also faces 4 years imprisonment and everything like that for that leaked tape. You know, I wasn't around when they leaked that tape, but it's out there. You know, I gotta speak about it right now because I'm back and I'm actually like running it over all over and over again, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Nestis, shout out to all those people that are making it, you know. But Prince KP, you know, I don't know what's the story like in full. Like, did he really like leak it? If he did, he deserves to go to jail. Why would you embarrass a woman like that? But Nestis' album is out. As I'm seeing the notifications pop off, like going on and on and on and on and on and on. The good music is out, it's back. Shout out to Necessary, man. Go ahead. I think right now the songs that are actually out, let me just confirm for you right now. The songs that are actually out right now, oh, it's literally almost done. I did not actually see that, but he did walk us through, you know, before the album actually dropped. We had crazy. There must be crazy. Everything that we will make it. Yeah, that one. He started with that, and then Prosper in Peace. Won't let me prosper in peace with Benny the Butcher, and then now he has pops out the Sunset Walks, Temptations, Know Yourself, Endless, See Me Now, and I Love You, This Time, R.I.P., Broken Marriages. I'm guessing on R.I.P. you're gonna have AKA being given his flowers. We have Kill the Noise, we have Release Me, we have She's Gone in the End, and we have Fuck That, we have Dear Oliver, which Oliver in this case is Nestis' child right now. Love it over here on stream listening session recap is also there available, where he's doing like some sort of like a preview of his album on YouTube, so you can go ahead and check it out there. You know, amazing stuff coming out. P2 is also, you know, set to come. That is Paradise 2, and then we have also Cassper Nyovest album is out. It's lit. Let me just confirm really fast which songs are out from the Cassper Nyovest album, but it's out. 018 for me is really like a good track, you know. I love it. We have Balmain, we have Bashima, and we have After 10, we have Candlelight, we have Beautiful Mind, we have Who Job Bless, we have Ever Changing Times, and we also have It's Not the Same. We have 018 as well. So good music out there available. But I also say check out K Kid, man. K Kid been doing the most. You know, she's been doing amazing, man. I love her music. You know, the latest track from K Kid is called Stru. It's true. I love it, man. It's one of my favorite. I love the flows. I can't wait, to see them coming together with Maglera Doe Boy and making a masterpiece. That is something that I have to say out loud and categorically put it out there and say, really, I am really and really and really and really waiting for that feature. But without further ado, man, my mix is also out there. I'm a piano mix, Best Groove, I'm a piano volume 1 featuring Vigra Deep. It's available on YouTube. Just search for it. Sla M, that's me. I'm there, as we await. Oh, also before we go, we also have a subset or whatever subsidiary of the MacG podcast of we have Dineo Ranaka. As we know, she is out of Kaya FM now, and she's actually like there now. She's actually like making a podcast there about adult stuff, for the PG rated, there's adult content that she's speaking about there on the MacG podcast, which for me, I don't know, man. She's a mom. Also, she's like, it's Dineo, man. Like, when I look at Dineo, for me, she's always been that one respectable person. And, for me, it feels different to actually see her speaking about other stuff. But, hey, man, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. The world is moving in a different direction right now, and I guess we ought to accept whatever is being thrown to us. It's moving mad crazy, it's moving mad funny, but hey, man, I'm really grateful to be back. As you can see, man, there are so many pranks as well that are available on YouTube that are really out of line. We also have, that boy Ichin, those pranks that he's doing with the girl, but his content is slumping right now, because he's doing more couples. I don't know why people actually then eventually think it's okay to actually now do couple content when they get into a relationship. I don't know, maybe I'll know when I get to have a relationship, but that is the case. That is what's happening right now. And we also have Sasha Domnikov, as well as that girl Monet, right? And as well as Tando, as well as Pabalo Noko. That whole beef, that beef where you got mad and you were crying that Monet was heartbroken and she wrote a whole letter on TikTok. She did not deserve that kind of treatment. Ooh, Sasha is a changed person. Sasha is bad. Sasha is giving ghostly vibes right now, doesn't care about the girlfriend. All of those stuff that you were saying, you were wasting your time, because that whole beef between those three, Babalo Noko, Tando, and Monet, as well as Sasha, was all cooked up. It was made up. If you don't believe it, go ahead and check it out on YouTube. You can check also a reaction that I made to it. Your friend Sula is out there. It was all made out. It's a lie that makes people watch and talk a lot of stuff, which is bad, because at this point I'm wondering what on YouTube is actually real, except the fact that my content slaps and it's real, as well as my mixes, they slap and they are real. But other than that, man, it's like everything now is staged, because I also heard that Banana by the CMTV channel is also made up and it's also cooked, and all of this stuff. Oh, I guess right now the only thing that is straightforward is that one by Joseph Dary, because he says the only time where he knows what's happening is when he is being approached and told, I need you to help me prove that my person is cheating on me. That's when he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna help out. But other than that, he says it's not scripted. But I don't know, man, would anyone actually come out and say, oh, by the way, I'm scripting everything that I'm doing? But for some stuff, man, it's obvious. For instance, that We Are Chola 99 show that is there on YouTube, it's not by Tube, that one, I don't know who that person is, but I think it's 1030 TV, right? It does give you that it's staged vibe. Like when you watch it, it's too obvious that it's staged. I just say, man, if you wanna stage it in a way that we won't see that it's actually staged. But most of the times, man, it's like we know it's staged. We can see, we can tell. It's easy. It's boring. That's why it's boring. Like it's boring if you actually can put it out there. But it feels like everything on YouTube is staged now. So I say to you, all social media and everything like that, everything seems like it's staged right now. So I say to you, before you catch feelings, just remember that everything is staged. Right. And my talking ends here. Also go ahead and check out the Majesties episode with the Bantwizes. It's available on MacG. Channel is called Majesties on Music, aka Cassper Nyovest, YouTube, and all of those things. I don't know whether they actually like speak about that chicken called Kevin, which they try to baby. I know, colored vibes, mixed people's vibes, because as we know, Steez is dating, I think they came back together, because there's a point whereby people will say, oh, you're not together and like that, but we never know. As well as we saw Andy Soselepe, I was going through her Instagram. She's going through a lot, because she's been posting that, there are so many people in her DM that, can be shoulders to cry on. She's saying she should believe and everything like that. Basically, the story is that DJ Miles might have allegedly cheated on Andy Soselepe. For those that don't know who Andy Soselepe is, Andy Soselepe is actually like, I'm starting to think, is her name Andy Soselepe? Because there was a time where I remember she was also a Shabalala. Wasn't she a Shabalala? How did she become a Selepe? Why are surnames changing like this? Why are surnames changes like this? But yeah, man, the bomb RSA, that's the name that a lot of people know. I say, DJ Mars actually cheated on the bomb RSA, which is crazy. And I would never cheat on you, Andy. So if you were with me, but hey, man, remember they say that from afar someone looks like they are nice to have up until you are close by and you realize why the other bro is actually tired also. But I feel like coming out and saying that there are so many people on your DMs that you can cry on, like, come on, man, that's not who you are. And so I still believe you're an amazing person. I still believe you're great. You shouldn't now be lowering yourself to that level. But it's like it's understandable. Like, it's understandable when you're ahead or anything like that. But we have reached the end of this episode. Before I roam around with a lot, I'm really grateful and happy that I am back. You can tell from my energy. As we have also a section on MacG's podcast whereby they are speaking about soccer. I just wanted to put that out there. Also, Manchester City is about to have FIFA World Cup club, right? FIFA World Club Cup, right? I hope we do. I hope we really do, because man, it's been long overdue. I need that star. We need that star in our emblem, and then we'll have more and more after, until they make a whole circle as well. But yeah, thank you so much for listening up until this far. I did enjoy and did really love being back. I hope to drop a lot of next episodes as we go on and move forward and everything like that. But other than that, thank you so much for listening up until this end. I'm still super pumped. I'm still super happy. I'm still super grateful that you're here. Please make sure that you give us a 5-star rating before you leave. Subscribe as well. Like if you haven't liked it. It really will help us get out there and bring a lot of traffic onto our podcast as well. Thank you so much for listening up until this far. I appreciate you, and please keep safe, stay amazing, stay beautiful as you are. Condolences to all the people that have had incidences. We had that breaking of the road that happened. We have people burning inside a housing complex and stuff like that. And so I do wanna pin my my sincere condolences for those people as well, before I depart, before I leave, with this. Up until then, I'll see you in the next one. Please take good care of yourself, and yeah, see you next one. Take care.